Hi everyone, I want to show you a way to help relieve headaches today. And many headaches are the result of tension in the upper neck muscles. These muscles get really hardened and tense, and then they can shoot pain over the top or shoot pain in the sides of the head. Very common cause of headaches. Very common place to carry stress is in these muscles. And there's a very easy way to relieve that tension that works for almost everybody. Now, it's not just about muscle tension though in this area. A big problem in here too is when these muscles get tense, they crunch the head down against the neck so that there's a lack of blood flow in the area. You get a lot of stagnant pooling of blood, which puts pressure on this area. So a big problem isn't just that the muscles are tense, so you don't just need like a vigorous massage to calm it down. It's the blood flow in the area, so helping to pump the blood through the area is a very helpful way at helping relieve those headaches. In addition, freeing up the upper neck is extremely beneficial for the neck as a whole. So 50% of our motion should happen in the upper neck, and most of us have hardly any motion happening there. So when you relieve just a little bit of tension in here and allow the upper neck to move more, the rest of the neck has a much easier time. So this technique doesn't just help for headaches, it also really helps for neck pain in general. And in addition, that doesn't just stick to the neck area. Our posture is oftentimes driven by the neck being tight, meaning that the rest of our body has to compensate for that. So the forward bend through the mid-back, or the shoulder blades coming forward, or the stomach sticking out, or the pelvis being tight. These things are often related to the neck. Sometimes they can go up and cause neck problems, but a lot of times it's the neck being tight that's going down and causing those problems. So anything that helps relieve this area can make a big change in the whole body. In addition, this technique I'm going to show you doesn't just relieve the neck muscles. It doesn't just help get more blood flowing through the area. It also opens up the vagus nerve that comes. There's a number of nerves that come out of here, but the vagus nerve in particular can get freed up by this technique. And that nerve comes out of the skull, it goes down through the neck, it goes down and it goes into our heart. It's actually what tells our heart what to do. It goes down through the diaphragm and into our abdominal organs. And it has a huge effect on all of our abdominal organs. And it's what's responsible for a lot of our emotional sensations. So if you get scared and you feel a queasiness in your stomach, that's actually the vagus nerve acting on that. So this nerve is very much linked up with how our body functions. It's very much linked up with emotions. And it can get really pinched along with this whole area. So this technique is a traction technique. And traction is like we're taking the skull and kind of lifting it up to make more space in the area. There's danger with traction. The main reason that it works is that prolonged traction will inhibit the muscles. So if you give a long tug on your head and lengthen it, you will have the muscles over time will start to calm down and actually become inhibited. They get turned off for the most part. And what you end up with is all the muscles being turned off in here. Now that feels really good because now they're all off. So what was tense is now off. You don't feel it so much. So it was way too tight over here and you can shut it off and have it go into the off mode. The problem with that, even though it's relieving of pain, is that it is now the muscles are off. So there's a period of time when they're off, say 20 minutes to 2 hours, where your neck is going to be a lot less coordinated and a lot less stable, and it's much easier to get hurt during that time. So you feel better, but you can get easily hurt. Instead, what we're going to do, instead of prolonged traction that takes the muscles from being really tense all the way to off, we're going to do an on-off motion. So we give a little bit of traction and then back off. Give a little bit of traction and back off. That will take them not so much to turning the muscles off, but more towards a balanced point where they're more relaxed, but they're still on. They can still do their job. So this is more of a balancing technique rather than really going all the way to turning them off. The other nice thing about an on-off motion is that it helps to pump blood in and out of the area. So when you go on and off, you're helping to open up the area, take a little pressure off the blood vessels and the nerves so they can pump and do a little bit of easier time draining extra fluid out of the area. So the technique is pretty simple. You're gonna interlace your fingers and put them behind your head. This part of your hand on the pinky side goes at the back of your ear. It's called the mastoid process, this bump back here. You place the back of your hand right there. So your ear, back behind it is a big bump. It's pretty easy to find. And this part of your hand goes on that part, on both sides. So interlace the fingers, put it behind the head, and find those bumps. And then all you're gonna be doing is straightening out the elbows a little bit to give a little traction, like you're lifting the head up into the sky. All that really is just straightening the elbows. So it's like you're straightening the elbows out, but since they're locked against the head, they don't really straighten. So you lift and then relax, lift and then relax, and lift and then relax. Just do it 10 times. So it takes about 10 seconds. So 1 second on and then stop, 1 second on and then stop, 1 second on and then stop. So from the back, it looks like this. So it just takes 10 seconds. It should improve the blood flow through the area. You'll probably notice that your head feels much lighter almost instantaneously. You'll probably notice the sense that you may have had a little tiny headache and now it's gone. Most of us are walking around with so much tension back here that we oftentimes have a headache, even if we don't notice it. And hopefully it's not a crazy headache. It's hard for those things to calm down with this technique. But if you have a small one, this can usually help it a lot. It'll help the blood flow in the area. It'll help the vagus nerve. You may notice you feel a little bit less tense all over your whole body. It will change your posture just by getting the head to rest easier. It feels lighter. It'll rest more where it's supposed to. Your neck will feel more free, and your whole posture will be more balanced. So a very simple technique, takes 10 seconds, and it's safe to do 3 times a day if you need to, just to help your entire body feel a little lighter and more free.